Hello, welcome into Groomer's Take. I forgot my notes at work, so I'm just going to wing some of this and we'll see what happens, okay? Ready, set, Groomer's Take. Tampa Bay at Toronto last night. Honestly, I really thought Toronto was the better team when it was 5-on-5. Unfortunately, that wasn't a lot of the time. Silly penalties here and there. Kind of back-breaking, letting in a goal with 2 seconds left in the first period on the power play. It's kind of a broken play and had been sitting there. And when he's sitting there like that, I mean, he's probably going to put it in the net. The whole Wayne Simmonds taking silly penalties. Yeah, man, they're just really silly. They're not smart. Hit a guy instead. None of this pretend, no, you are tough. After the whistle crap, just 2 penalties that cost us, that cost the Leafs very badly. And really, in the end, what I thought was a huge turning point in this game was early in the second period when Vasilevsky made that huge glove save, massive glove save. I mean, this is what we're used to from this guy. We didn't see it as much, and the stats speak for themselves after a loss, 14-0 or whatever it was, now 15. I mean, that save really just took the crowd, not out of it, but man, that would have changed a lot of things, because then Tampa scores the next goal. I don't remember which one it was, the Corey Perry one. See, I had that written down too. But what a pass by Hedman on that play. The D kind of got caught, or whoever it was, and it was a goal. All the other goals really by Tampa were just broken plays where a bounce went a certain way. Even on the Kucherov, sweet shot by Kucherov again on the power play, but Brody loses his stick, and it's just the way it went. What I loved most about, well, we'll talk about Matthews real quick on the goal by Bunting. I mean, that is just what you do. Hits a guy on the way down, guy loses the puck on the way down, hits it out to the slot, falling down, one-handed. I mean, man, I like this guy a lot. I wish he had the C, but that's a whole another thing. And I loved in the third period how the Leafs fought back. They didn't give up. They kept going. They kept going. They kept going. And this series is tied going down to Tampa. So this is really, what more can you want as a fan? I think this series is still destined for 7. So we'll see how that goes. But ultimately, good comeback in the end-ish, you know. The guy, I thought they played really well. And, you know, when you're shorthanded 7 times and you give up 3 goals, there's a bad turning point right there, and we saw a bit more from Tampa Bay and what they're capable of, especially that power play. My goodness, it was lethal. That tic-tac-toe goal too, really, really good. I'm not going to continue to throw garbage at John Tavares, but boy, oh boy, it's not good. He's an $11 million captain, and it's hard to watch. It really, really is. But hey, Game 3 tomorrow night. Can't wait. I'm going to yell at the TV a lot. LA at Edmonton last night. This is exactly a bit more what I was expecting out of Edmonton, as maybe a lot of people would. They played their game. They didn't play LA's game, and they won. Just an absolute dummying from the start to finish. And the big boys were being the big boys, and we can really see what Edmonton's capable of. Really, really good there. St. Louis at Minnesota. Minnesota got the bounces. I thought they got a lot of the bounces. They didn't get much in Game 1, but we saw some of their firepower as well. Eriksson Ek with a little toe drag nice and close. That was really, really nice. But when you have 4 goals on 8 shots to start the game, I mean, you're sitting pretty good. So that series, again, I said it before, one of my favorite series. I think that's going to go 7. Boston, Carolina. I mean, where do you start with this, right? I'm going to quickly start with the Jordan Staal on the first goal of the game. Just great patience, great poise. Finds the man. I believe it was, I don't remember, but it was a great goal. Good way to start for them. And then Ranta getting punched by Pastrnak. I mean, to me, it looked like he was coming in, and once he knew he wasn't going to block the shot, he moved his arm so that his fist would hit the face of Ranta. That's the way I saw it. And for Ranta to be bleeding like that, I mean, holy smokes, how fast could he be going, or how hard was that? What part of it hit him? But he left, and Peter Kochetkov, sorry if I got that wrong, came in, and he looked really good. Ultimately, Carolina's just so much better. The Brad Marchand with Kochetkov as well. I mean, what are you doing? This guy is unbelievable. I would have suspended him a game just because he's a goof. But I don't think anything went down there. But you get pushed. First of all, you cross-check him. and then ultimately you fake the slash, and then you push the goalie, and that little push warrants a two-hand chop to the side of the ribs or the arm or whatever the heck it was, and the ref took them both. I mean, I don't think he should have taken them both there. That's pretty silly, but I guess the ref wanted to calm that game down just a little bit after the biggest hit I have seen in so long. That hit gives me goosebumps. I watched it probably 20 times today, Svechnikov on Lindholm. Of course, you hate to see a player battling to try and get back up, but he can't do it. But that was just a hit. And, I mean, you heard the goalie, Ullmark, say, heads up, but it was just too late. When you're giving a blind pass to your own defense, to your other defenseman behind the goal line, bad things are going to happen, and it did. I don't know any status on Lindholm, but I hope he's okay. And then on the other side here, Jeremy Swayman is starting Game 3. I don't totally agree with it. I think if you're going to start Swayman, you'd give him Game 2 and see how it works out, because now, I mean, Ullmark's going to be down in the dumps. They're going back home for Game 3. He'd have more confidence, but hey, I'm a guy sitting here. I'm not a coach behind the bench. That we'll see what happens there. Quick hitters to keep going here. Pittsburgh at New York. I fell asleep after the second OT, and then they scored only 5 minutes in. That was insanity. You could see the exhaustion out of all the players there. I did obviously have this wrong. I thought New York was going to sweep, but Louis Domingue getting the start. He went in, made 17 saves. Casey DeSmith with the cramp. Like, that is insane. And Louis Domingue was joking about having spicy pork and broccoli in between periods, and then he's in the game. But he looked really good, and I worry for him tomorrow or tonight. I really, really do. We'll see how that game goes. I think the Rangers will tie it up. Washington at Florida. No Tom Wilson tonight for Washington. So Groomer's take is that Florida's going to win 5-0. I think maybe it was a little blah, blah, blah. I think Florida comes in and dominates. If they do not, then boy, oh boy, are we going to... it's just going to be in their mind that they can't get this thing done. I think Florida rolls tonight. Dallas at Calgary. We saw them in Game 1. They only needed 1 goal. And Calgary just still, again, reminds me of what you have to do to win in the playoffs. And unfortunately, I'll change my mind if there is a sweep. Maybe it'll be this series now, but we'll see. I think Calgary's going to really floor it today and tonight, and we'll see. Nashville at Colorado. Man, David Rittich, that poor guy. I mean, first of all, you are not a starting goaltender, and you have to play Colorado. Cale Makar speaks for itself, that goal stepping in from the point. It's insane. and Colorado left the score up on the scoreboard 7-2. Maybe since last game, but they put it up while Nashville practiced today. I thought that was pretty funny. Colorado's going to continue to roll. Jays avoid the sweep from the Yankees, snap the Yankees' 11-game win streak, and Vladdy with the scoop to save the game at the end. That was 2 outs, bases loaded in a 2-1 game, and he picks it out of the dirt from Chapman's bad throw, and what an absolute play. Kind of reminded of myself back in the day. Not a big deal. Ben Simmons having back surgery. What? This guy it's unbelievable, but I mean, if you're scheduled to have back surgery, then maybe this thing the whole time was actually a thing. I mean, it says he's going to be out 3 to 4 months. That should mean he's back in time to start Game 1 of next season. I doubt that. I doubt it. I mean, how can you think he's going to be back for Game 1 of the next season? I don't know, but I feel sorry for the dude. And Saudi Golf Tour is about to add a lot more golfers. Absolutely insane. Well, not really, because these older golfers who, let's face it, don't have the best of chances to win on the PGA Tour anymore, they're going to go make some extra money, and then maybe more money than they would on the PGA Tour. So that's wild to me. I really wish I remembered all my notes, because I probably missed some things, and I could have dove into a lot more.